Welcome back, Wolfskinders, and welcome back to another episode of Which is Better. In today's Which is Better, we have on the chopping block today the Rune Crossbow, and the Sunlight Antelope Crossbow. And as you guys can see right over here on the left-hand side, we have the top one being the Sunlight and the bottom one being the Rune. So that way you do know that I do this. And we are talking about this one because I was doing some number crunching, actually, with the, as you guys can see from the fights, we were doing Basilisk Knights because I was actually trying to get the Jawbone because I had a Slayer task for it. And I thought, well, why not just do a little bit of testing and see which one is pretty much good for it. And as you guys can see from the pictures right now, right now I'm going to show you the sunlight setup, and then so that you guys can see what setup I was using, and then also I'm going to show you the Rune Crossbow setting, so you guys can see the numbers there. And yeah, those are the setup I used. It's pretty much the God Hide setup. That's pretty much what I was using other than that. And so here is where I was able to find out based on this. I'm going to show you two separate settings, and you're going to be kind of curious about which ones is which. So give me a second while I let you guys know. Right over here on your right hand side, the top one is going to be the Rune Crossbow, and the bottom one is going to be the Sunlight Antelope Crossbow. And as you guys can see, each one killed about the same amount, and I was really surprised about that too. And you guys are wondering if they killed the same amount, was it the same time frame too? Yes, it actually was. It was like 45 minutes for killing both of them with the Rune Crossbow and the Sunlight Crossbow. And that was actually kind of interesting because, as you guys know, as you guys saw when I showed you the gear setup, there's only like 11 attack difference between the Sunlight and the Rune Crossbow. So it's kind of crazy that there's only 11 attack difference, yet they killed the same. And if you guys are wondering, the crit, there is a crit, and each one is like two difference. Because I think the sunlight is a 19, and the Rune Crossbow is a 21. So there's like realistically the crits are like really low. So like on average you're hitting like a 20 if you're doing this. You're almost hitting like a 20. And the thing is that if you're gonna like just go off task and do Basilisk Knights, which is probably what you're going to be using this for, because it's better to do the because you need to wield a shield that can reflect some of the damage. It's a special attack, and I was going through it, and I was kind of curious about, okay, if both are the same attack, the same time to kill them, and then the attack difference is only 11 difference, and the crit is only 2, then what's really going to like narrow this down to be the best one to get? And the thing is that it all depends now, because both bolts are cheap. That's the thing. Both bolts are cheap because I used amethyst bolts for the Rune Crossbow, and I used it, and you can only use sunlight bolts for the sunlight thing. You can't use amethyst. So it pretty much came down to, what do you want to do for your bolts? And here's the thing that I pretty much figured out, is that the amethyst bolts may do more attack, but you don't make any gold off of it. While making sunlight bolts, you can make gold because you can use the you can you can sell the meat, and you can make maxed hide boots with the fur. So it all depends really on, do you want do you want to do you want to keep do you want to make money to while doing basilisk knights, or do you just want to get going and get in there with the amethyst bolts? So this one is really hard. I really can't give you a straight answer as which one is better, because even I, that likes to make gold on the side, I'm really leaning towards sunlight and the sunlight bolts and crossbow, because of the gold making aspect of it. Because not only that, is that with the meat that you get, you can make moonlight moss, mixture, and do it that way. So see, it's really all depends on really. So, I mean, the sunlight bolt really does have some qualities for other types of money making for it, like I said, using keeping yourself stocked up on moonlight moth mixture number 2, and for maxed hide boots. But and it's a lot. But the thing is that you really should really think about it like this: is that amethyst bolts require you to harvest amethyst, which is like 92 mining. So a lot of people may not have it, but a lot of people may have, like, in the 70s, for the 70s, for the 60, for like 50s, to wield the hunter crossbow, because the crossbows are like 61 for the Rune Crossbow, and then for the Sunlight Crossbow it's like 66 range, and then 50 hunter. So like I said, this one was really tricky because both are really solid options. But I'm probably gonna be like that one person that's gonna probably say, if you can hold off into your like 5 more levels of our ranger, and then like 50 hunter, get the Sunlight Crossbow, because you'll make gold making maxed hide boots, and also having backups of Moonlight Moth mixtures number 2 versus Runite Crossbow, and Amethyst bolts, because of the high damage. Yeah, you're maybe losing. You're only going for like, you're only doing like 100. Your accuracy is like only like, if I remember correctly, if I'm remembering this correctly, because I'm not really seeing it right now, but I think it's like 166 for the sunlight, and then like 19 crit for its crit. But like I said, you're doing the same time frame too, so it's really not better. But I really probably, if I really were to give you guys a good option, go with the Sunlight Antelope, because you'll be making gold on the side, resupplying yourself back up, versus anything. But yeah, this one was a tricky one. I will admit to that. This one was a tricky one. But I will see you guys next time on another episode of Which is Better, and you guys let me know if you guys would, if you guys would choose which one you guys would choose. But until next time, you guys take care, be well, be safe, have fun. Bye everyone.